Hello everyone and welcome to another Top 10 list. I am Timmy Treacle and here are my top 10 favorite Gary Busey movies. Coming number 10 is Silver Bullet and it's based on the Stephen King novel of the same name. And again, it stars Gary Busey and Corey Haim. Corey Haim's character is paralyzed from the waist down and swears that the preacher is a werewolf. Trying to convince his uncle otherwise is hard for him to do. But the third act of this movie is great. It is a great horror movie, although I hope they do a remake or reboot of this movie. Because for its time, it was good. Now it's a little outdated, but I still enjoy it, and it's definitely worth a spot on my top 10 list. Coming in number 9 is Black Sheep. This movie stars David Spade, the late great Chris Farley, and Gary Busey, along with Tim Matheson. Gary Busey plays a war veteran who probably most likely has PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and he's more of a side character in this movie, but he has a nice, funny run-in with David Spade. He ends up helping him in the third act. But if you haven't seen Black Sheep, it's 1996. It was the last movie that Spade and Farley did together, and it is hilarious. I really wish Farley was still around because they would have done a lot more movies together. But Black Sheep is underrated. I think it's a little funnier than Tommy Boy, although I love Tommy Boy. But Gary Busey in this movie is one of my favorite characters, and he has some of the greatest one-lines in this movie. So definitely check out Black Sheep. Number 8 is Soldier. Number 7 is Rookie of the Year. This is 1993. This stars, of course, Gary Busey, but you got Thomas Ian Nichols, who plays Henry Rowan Garner, who has a freak accident where he breaks his arm, and after he gets the cast off, his tendons have fused really tight to make it to where he can pitch really fast. So he gets to try out with the Cubs. He meets Gary Busey's character, who's a pitcher, who's at the end of his career, and his nickname is the Rocket, which he doesn't really throw hard anymore. But it is a baseball movie about the Cubs. It's a predictable movie, but it is funny. Gary Busey's charming and funny in the movie, but Thomas Ian Nichols plays Henry Rowan Garner. Him and his friends steal the movie. But it is a great one. Great sports movie. Definitely check it out. Daniel Stern is in it as well. John Candy is the Cubs radio announcer, which is really good. Rest in peace as well. Number 6 is The Firm. Number 5 is Point Break. Number 4 is Predator 2. Predator 2 stars Danny Glover. Gary Busey plays the special agent who is trying to hunt the alien predator, and he's trying to get the police to stay out of his way because they've been tracking him. This is a follow-up to the first Predator movie that starred a great cast with Arnold Schwarzenegger and whatnot. But this is a really good sequel, underrated in my opinion. But Gary Busey's good in it. He's more of a co-star. Doesn't have a whole lot of screen time, but the time he's on there, he plays a really good part, and I really enjoy him in this movie. Coming number 3 is Under Siege. This is a great action movie. It stars Tommy Lee Jones, Steven Seagal, Gary Busey. And Gary Busey and Tommy Lee Jones, their characters hijack this big ship that is supposed to be retired and on its last voyage. Steven Seagal is a cook but he's not just an ordinary cook. He's a badass. And long story short, they fight to the death, and he tries to save the ship and the country from being blown up by these idiots. Coming to number 2 is Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon stars Mel Brooks, Danny Glover, um, and Gary Busey. Gary Busey's the bad guy, and the fight scene in this movie in the third act between him and Gibson is awesome. And if you haven't seen Lethal Weapon, what the hell are you doing with your life? Definitely check this movie out. It's one of the best buddy cop movies out there, and it's 1987. It spawned 3 more movies, which are all great in my opinion. But yeah, definitely check it out. And my number 1 favorite Gary Busey movie is the Buddy Holly story, where he portrays the late great singer Buddy Holly, who was killed in a plane crash with other music stars. And he gave his best performance in this movie. I believe he was actually nominated for an Oscar, or he did win an Oscar for this movie. But regardless, it's a great biofilm. It is his best movie to date. Some say it ruined his career, because afterwards they say that he didn't do a lot of great movies. But I disagree. This was 1978 when he did this movie. So definitely check it out. It is worth your time. So yeah, there you have it. That is my top 10 favorite Gary Busey movies. So in the comment section below, tell me, what are some of your favorite Gary Busey movies? And what did you think of my top 10 list? Let me know in the comment section below. And if there's some Gary Busey movies you think I should see that I didn't mention, let me know in the comment section below as well. And as always, if there are some movie reviews you would like for me to do that stars or has Gary Busey in them, let me know in the comment section below as well. Other than that, I thank you guys for watching yet another top 10 list. Stay tuned to my channel for more content. I'll be doing movie reviews, top 10s, rankings, and reviews of TV shows that I watch, present and past. So, until then, I thank you guys for watching, and check you later.